There you go from Friday.
Okay. Thanks, guys. Thanks a lot. Right. Who wants to kick off? Yes, Dave.
So you are huge favourites for this FA Cup game. I think it's fair to say a lot of people are going to want they're going to want the upset. Do you understand that? Is the first question.
Yes, but I think I've been long enough in this country to understand that being favourite doesn't mean anything when it comes to that competition. At that time of the day, in that ground, I know that they're going to have the belief, the hope, the conviction that they can beat us, and we need to be very well prepared.
David?
Mikel, when you are so into a race for the Premier League and you have to move to another competition with a lesser opponent, how is the switch and what do you say to the players to keep them motivated?
Well, today, at least now for a moment, to enjoy the victory, because we knew it was going to be a really tough one and a really important moment for us with what is remaining in the Premier League. And tomorrow we can switch. We have played very similar games now in other competitions or in the FA Cup as well. So we are very well aware of what the game is going to demand. So from tomorrow we'll prepare that.
John?
Have you seen or heard about the pitch?
Which pitch?
On Saturday. Have you seen or heard about the pitch on Saturday?
I asked about the pitch. Why?
Well, there's not a lot of grass in certain areas.
It's normal. It's the beauty of this competition as well. You have to go there. You have to adapt. We all been playing since I was little. We all play in those stadiums or worse. So you need to adapt to that context and make the most out of it.
There's been quite a few upsets this season. You as a player, is there a FA Cup game that you look back upon and think,
I don't want to put that negativity, but I have the feeling that we've been knocked out. We've been knocked out a few times in a difficult way, and it's a terrible feeling, and it feels like it damages your reputation. You don't want to go through that. So in order not to go through that, you have to prepare so well and compete so well.
Simon?
Mikel, you can talk about it damaging it. It can damage other competitions going out in the FA Cup, kind of the sort of the fallout from losing a cup game like that.
You can, but hopefully we're going to do what we have to do and try to earn the right to win the game.
Can I just ask one on Myles as well? Obviously, he hasn't had loads of games. Do you still feel like for him there's going to be enough opportunities? He's obviously looking at the World Cup and England. There'll still be time for him to try and break back into Tuchel's squad. Yeah, and when he has those opportunities to grab them, his attitude has been excellent, he's not playing more because there are other players that they're playing, and as well they've been phenomenal, and that's football, but we will try to give him the minutes that he deserves.
Mark from Sky?
Mikel, Mansfield managed by Nigel Clough. His dad Brian was a very famous manager. Do you know much about the family and the history within the game?
Probably I will read much more after tomorrow. I was very interested when I did the reports to understand the history, the tradition, the values that they have, to understand as well better what they will try to do. So we will focus that tomorrow.
Okay, Matt from Sound?
That's about Max. He's obviously had to deal with a fairly significant injury for the first time against 16 person. How has he dealt with that, and what do you think he'd have learned from that time?
Well, a lot. First of all, you miss playing. That's the first thing. So don't take it for granted, because it can be taken away from you when you don't expect it, and for a long time as well. And he had different routines. He starts to understand more the rehab coaches, the physio, the doctor, the importance of the scan, the discipline that you need to maintain yourself fit when you have an injury, because if not, after it's going to take you a long time to get back to your levels. But he's done so well. He's been looking really good in training, and hopefully we can give him chances to play.
James, yes, man.
You talked a lot about the volume of games you've got in all competitions. Is there going to come a point where you're going to have to prioritise?
Well, we are doing that in certain moments and trying to use the rotations in the right way. But you need players available. And we had, at the start of the season, a lot of issues in the front line, then in the back line, now in the middle with players with a lot of issues as well. So it becomes complicated. That's what I said, that certain players already are much higher than what they already done last season, and we are early in March, so imagine.
How much of a problem is the early kickoff?
Sorry? It's what it is. I mean, we know that. I've been here long enough that it's nothing to do with us.
Okay, last couple. Tom, sorry.
Just building on what John said about the pitch, can that ever affect selection? If there's a player that's kind of like a little bit unstable perhaps, and knowing that it might be a bit muddy, a bit slippery, does that ever affect in your mind how to play?
It can do, especially if there is a player that is carrying some injuries that the pitch can affect him in the wrong way, especially certain muscles. But hopefully we're gonna have the ones that we need fit and available.
And finally, Art.
And Mikel, you said before the game that William Saliba had an ankle.
Yeah.
Is it related to the ones he had previously in the
No, it's the other one. So we thought the same straight after the game because he was carrying. He wasn't comfortable to finish the game, and after that straight away he didn't have a good feeling. So let's see if he recovers quickly.
Would he be a possibility for the weekend?
I doubt it.
Okay, everyone. Thanks very much.
Thank you.
Good night, everyone.
Thank you, guys.
Sorry, no go. It's an okay. That's everything.